Right folks, last one of the day for me this one. It's a quiet day again, they're all quiet lately. There's very little to report on a daily basis. I just get 8, 10, 12 messages out a day. I'm struggling to get 3 out now. Don't get me wrong, on some messages I'm doing 2 or 3 subjects together, but still, very quiet. Right, in the world of celebrity, showbiz, media, even royalty, what have we got? I've just got 2 for you today, just 2. So I'll link them together. We'll start with, I'll put the bins on for this one, we'll start with him that I can't stand, and then we'll go to a celebrity couple who are splitting up and soon to get divorced. I think you know who they are. We've had them both on the channel a couple of times. We've had this fella on loads. I don't like him. Randy Andy. Oh, that's what they used to call him. He don't look very randy now. Old Prince Andrew, him and Fergie. Not got a lot to have for either of them, me. Especially him. He's in the press today. He was in the press yesterday. It turns out now, old Charlie boy, that's King Charles, he's trying to get him out to that cottage he's in. It's more than a cottage. It's a monstrous house. Have you seen it? It's ginormous, man. Ginormous. They're trying to get him out there because he's got no more money coming off the monarchy and he can't afford to live there. And we were hearing he was days a week from vacating. We're hearing today that he's staying. He's got a mysterious benefactor who's giving him the spondulics to stay there. It's all in the press today, so who it might be. There's 3 in the frame for it. One is a guy called David Rowland. 79-year-old David. He's in property finance and all of that. He gave 40 grand as a gift to Fergie. That's Andrew's other half. A couple of years ago now, I think it was. And he's also settled a £1.5 million loan for Andrew in the past. Who on earth settles a loan for £1.5 million without getting something back? Crazy. The other guy is John Eliash. I think Johnny Eliash, 62 John is. Andrew joined the board of his company a while back. He joined the board under the pseudonym Andrew Inverness. He didn't want to use his proper royal title. He didn't want folk to know that he was on the board. He called himself Andrew Inverness. All a bit fishy if you ask me. Anyway, John Eliash was the guy that was a partner of Andrew's with Andrew's Dragon's Den thing that he set up a few years ago now. That was the deal, to bring loads and loads of foreign money into the country to make the country more prosperous. Loads of businessmen in and whatever else. Well, I think he met lots and lots of businessmen under that guise, but all they got was peerages and dinner or tea with the Queen. They met the Queen and stuff like that. Andy set it all up, and he, by all accounts, got lots of backhanders. Lots of backhanders. Not a nice man at all. The last guy in the frame is a guy called Salman Turk. Salman Turk's a younger one compared to others. He's only 38-year-old. He gave the Yorks, he gave the couple, Andrew and Fergie, he gave them 1.4 million a few years ago, just gave it to them. You do that all the time, don't you, in the world? Anyway, this fellow was jailed for 12 months for financial conduct issues. Anyway, it's since been suspended on appeal, but he sounds a very, very unsavoury guy. Ideal bedfellow for Andrew, if you'd ask me. Andrew doesn't mind who he sleeps with and what. Well, we know he don't mind who he sleeps with. Don't mind who he gets in bed. We know that as well. He doesn't mind who he partners with. He does not mind. As long as he's earning, he's happy. He is happy. Yeah, and then who else have we got? Yes, the other one is Ruth and Eamonn. Yes, it's in the press today that Ruth, her solicitor, is forensically, big word that, forensically going through records with computers, laptops, all that palaver, and friends of Eamonn's, friends of Ruth's, and where she can associates of Eamonn's new squeeze to find out how much you've been done and how long it's been going on for. We're hearing stories that they've been messaging each other for 12 years. Not just the last 6 months since him and Ruth have split, but for 12 years. I would imagine the degree of messaging and the content within that messaging will probably determine how much of the settlement Ruth gets, I would imagine. I think of the two, Eamonn is the wealthiest, the much wealthier. I think he gets the bulk of the money and came into the partnership, I think, with a good few quid more than Ruth. Eamonn's happy to hand himself out to anybody to give himself a few quid. He does a lot of that kind of stuff, does Eamonn. I think he's worth a good few bob. And I think depending on how bad things look for Eamonn, probably will tell us how much he's going to be paying Ruth, because I think she's going to get out of this one pretty well. But the fact that he'd been messaging this woman for 12 years whilst married, hasn't gone down that well with Ruth. So anyway, forensic examination is now underway. She's got the attack dogs out there, Ruth, there's no doubts about that. She wants a pound of flesh, and some would say, probably, you'd understand it, I suppose. Anyway, that's all I've got for you folks. It's a quiet day, yet again. So, Andrew, through to Eamonn and Ruth. That's it for you folks. That's all folks, as the youth say, was it Tom and Jerry? I think it was.